What we have here is the Luna 500C display. This is a very compact unit. First compact color display. Before this was the only really compact display you could get. This was one of the first displays that came out by Bafang for the BBSxx and BBSO2 mid-drive systems several years ago. And you can tell that it's quite a bit larger. We basically took this original design and refined it. So you can see here, for example, on the back where this mounts onto the handlebar has been reinforced. Instead of thin plastic, we now have this nice thick plastic here. The cords are about the same length, a little bit longer with the latest display, and of course the user interface is completely different with color display, tactile feedback, and other goodies which we will get to in a minute. So this is about a foot long, and you can get extensions if you need this longer. You are going to want to keep in mind that this is only going to be mountable on the left handlebar. It's not, because you can't flip it around, it's not going to be usable on the right. So let's go put it on a bike and see what it looks like. And here's an example of what the DPC-18 and the 500C would look like side by side. You have your selector switch for the DPC-18 over here, whereas you have integrated selector switch over here. That's what it looks like up close. And if we wanted to change the brightness, we can go ahead and go in here now. It's quite a bit brighter. This one's already at max brightness. We have removed the DPC-18, and now we just have the 500C properly mounted where it should be. And as you can see, the bike is much more clean. It's much less noticeable as an e-bike now, and it looks good. Here's what it looks like up close. So let's go over some basics on how this works. So from clockwise around, top left we have power usage. So this is high, medium, and low over here. And it's just basic stats you can look at a glance. You have actual wattage at the top. You have miles per hour in the middle, and you can change that to kilometers if you prefer metric. You have on the right top, you have your voltmeter. That's what you're going to want to use if you're using a 52 volt nominal battery. If you're using a 48 volt nominal battery, you can use the battery gauge here. Down in the bottom right, you have your pedal assist. This goes through 1 through 5 by default, and you can change that to go through 1 through 9 in the advanced settings. And when you click through these, you have this nice tactile feedback, which the whole display kind of vibrates a little bit to let you know that you're tapping, a nice feature. You also have your little exclamation mark here, which lets you know that you're braking or if the e-brakes are engaged. So let's check out the settings. So here we can set it to metric or not. Here we can set the brightness. This is the default, which is the lowest. If we change this to the highest and we go back to what it looks like here, it's very bright and it's very nice for daytime riding. Now we have auto off here. That's if you're using the bike and you just leave this and you're not using the bike at all and you just walk away, over a course of time it will turn itself off. So you can go to like 9 minutes, 8 minutes, and so on. And you do have an off function, so if you run into an issue where, let's say your speedo sensor brakes, you can turn auto off and have that disabled. And in theory, that should prevent the display from turning itself off if you run into an issue. Now, as far as battery, you want to keep this on UBE. You don't really want to change that. As far as battery indicator, you probably want to keep that on voltage. You can put it on percentage if you want, if you're using a 48 volt battery. If you're using a 52 volt battery, then it's not really going to matter either way, since you're going to use the voltmeter instead. So let's go to more. Now the password here is 1199. Now we've got into the advanced settings, and we have wheel size, speed limit, speed pulse, start pulse, and the assist number. So as far as the wheel size, pretty straightforward. Unless you're using a fat bike, in which case you might want to keep in mind that although the rim is 26, because the wheels are so large, it's actually more like a 29er. So you would probably want to put that at a 29 inch. You have speed limit, the max is 99. You have speed pulls and start pulls. You don't really want to mess with those. And you have assist. You can change this from 9 to 5. It starts at default 5, and you can put it on 9 if you prefer to have more fine-grained control over that. And that is it.